You ever wonder what makes a love poem last, like for centuries? Well, today we're diving into an absolute masterclass in romance, Robert Burns's A Red, Red Rose. We're going to break it down piece by piece to really get what gives it this timeless power. Turns out, Burns left us a blueprint for how to build a declaration of eternal love. So here's the big question, right? How does this little 16-line poem from way back in 1794 still manage to just nail the feeling of eternal love? What's the secret sauce? How did he build something so simple that it's lasted for centuries? That's what we're here to figure out. And it all starts right here. I mean, this has to be one of the most famous opening lines in poetry, ever. This single, perfect image of a fresh rose, it sets the stage for everything. It's our front door into what the speaker is feeling. Okay, so step one in building this timeless poem, you gotta start with freshness and harmony. This is the first tool Burns pulls out of his kit. He has to establish what his love feels like right now, before he can launch it into something truly epic. And the tool he grabs is the simile. You probably remember this from school. It's just a comparison using like or as. It sounds simple, but in the hands of a genius like Burns, it is incredibly powerful. See, he doesn't just tell you he's in love. He makes you feel it. What's so brilliant is how he hits us with a 1-2 punch of similes. First, the rose. It's not just any rose. It's a red, red rose. So vibrant and newly sprung. So you know this love is fresh, alive. Then, boom. He says his love is like a perfect melody. It feels harmonious, like it was meant to be. These two images together, they paint a picture of a love that is beautiful, new, and just right. But you know, a beautiful new love is one thing. An eternal love? That's a whole other level. So how does Burns get there? Well, this is where he takes that beautiful feeling and just launches it into the stratosphere with a promise that basically breaks the laws of physics. And to do that, he uses his second major tool, hyperbole. This is all about massive exaggeration to make a point. Burns is about to make some claims that are so wild, so impossible, the only way to understand them is as a measure of a love that has absolutely no limits. So here's the key. He needs to prove this love won't just fade away like a flower or a song. To do that, he essentially says, I will love you until the literal end of the world. But of course, he says it in a much more poetic and, frankly, kind of apocalyptic way. He starts with this just a staggering image. I mean, can you even picture a world where all the oceans have just evaporated? It's an impossible world-ending idea. He's setting the timescale for his love, not in years, but in geological ages. And then he just doubles down. Not only will the seas go dry, but the rocks themselves, the very symbol of permanence, will melt away. By tying his love to these impossible events, he completely transforms it. It's not just a passion anymore. It's an eternal, unstoppable force that will outlast the planet itself. Okay, so he's got a love that's fresh, harmonious, and will last until the end of time. Pretty good, but that can all feel a little abstract, right? So in this final step, Burns brings that epic, cosmic love right back down to earth and makes it deeply personal. And for the first time, there's a little bit of tension, a sadness. The speaker has to leave. This farewell could almost undo everything he just said, but instead, he uses it to make his love feel even more real, more tangible. And here it is, the payoff. It's not some vague hope, it's a direct promise, I will come again. This single vow takes that huge, eternal, hyperbolic love from before and grounds it in a real-world, actionable commitment. And this number is so important, 10,000 miles. You have to remember, in 1794, that was a practically unimaginable distance. It was the other side of the world. By naming this specific, massive obstacle, he's proving his love isn't just stronger than time, it's stronger than any physical barrier you could possibly put in front of it. It makes the whole epic promise feel real. So, we have the core pieces, the simile, the hyperbole, and the tangible promise. But there's one more thing, a secret ingredient that gives this poem its unique flavor, and that's the voice itself. See, Burns wrote in the Scots dialect, and that's absolutely crucial. Using words like love instead of love or gang dry instead of go dry, it gives the whole thing this incredible musical quality. it just sings. It grounds this universal emotion of love in a specific, authentic, and deeply human voice that feels both personal and timeless all at once.
So, when you put it all together, what you have isn't just a great poem. You have a blueprint, a step-by-step guide on how to express a love that feels both brand new and like it could outlast the stars.
Let's just quickly recap that toolkit. He starts with a simile, the red rose, to show us how new and beautiful the love is. Then he escalates with hyperbole, the seas going dry, to prove that it's eternal. And finally, he brings it home with a concrete promise, I will come again, to make that eternal love feel real. It's a perfect little 3x structure, all in just 16 lines. Incredible. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. Burns gave us his answer, right? A mix of fresh beauty, an impossible promise, and a real human touch. But it makes you wonder, when you listen to all the love songs and read all the poems written since, are we all still just working from the blueprint he left for us?